Hello everyone, and thank you for watching this video. First, I want to say, hopefully everyone is having an amazing time during festive season. I'm actually in hibernation mode right now, but I decided to come out of it temporarily to just make this video. Now, we're going to be talking about Ring Financial and why you should consider not going into this project. And I'm really the type of person that would talk down on a project, but I just see so many red flags, and I'm seeing all these big content creators make all these YouTube videos about how great this is. I was meant to make this video actually 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I didn't, and I regret it so deeply because I'm sure that someone else out there would have benefited from this video. Now, Ring Financial, okay, is basically a kind of a copycat of strong nodes. Now, how nodes work is usually you need to buy a certain amount of tokens to create a node, and that node will pay you a certain rate every single day. Now, what Ring promises is if you have an active node, you can get paid quite a nice amount. So let me go through the app and show you guys how much it costs to buy one and the ROI and stuff like that. So over here, you can see, let's create a node real quick. You can see over here, if you purchase 1.2 Ring tokens, you can earn $1.41 per day. If you purchase a gold node, it costs you 12 Ring tokens, and that will earn you about almost close to $19 a day if the price of Ring stays the same. Now, I'd love to bring up my calculator real quick and just show you guys how much it costs. So let's just focus on the gold one because I actually have 2 gold nodes, which I deeply regret having. But if you, right, each gold node would cost you about $400 right now. If you divide that by the daily rate, it will take roughly 21 days for you to break even. So on paper, it's like, wow, this is awesome. You're earning more than 5% per day. It looks like an awesome thing, but just because something is offering you crazy amounts of returns doesn't mean that you should take a blind eye and just go into it, because that's what I did. Okay, that's what I did. So let me talk about the red flags, because I actually want to give some context to why I believe this isn't the best project out there. Now, when I got into this project, I got in about a couple of days before their first exploit. So I got in around December 2nd, and I actually purchased 2 gold nodes. At that time, it costed 10 Ring tokens each. I spent close to 6,000 US dollars. And I'll show you guys how much I've actually made at the end of the video. Now, what happened was during that time, it was giving me some rewards. I wasn't able to claim it yet. And then as soon as I was about to claim it, they had their first exploit on about December 4th or something. So let's read this message together. As you can see over here, the massive sell-off that occurred earlier came from a flaw in the smart contract, which was exploited by a group of hackers to claim a massive amount of Ring tokens before selling them back in a matter of minutes. So apparently what happened was their protocol was running for about 10 days successfully, people making money, and Ring was getting some momentum, and out of nowhere, they were hacked. And what happened was there was a massive sell-off from about $500 per Ring token to about $120, right? And it was like one candlestick. And at that time, they paused communications from the 2nd to the 6th. They weren't posting much at all. And what happened was, this was the thing that I was annoyed about, is because people weren't able to claim their rewards. So even though I had 2 gold nodes, I wasn't able to claim anything. But what annoyed me even more than that is during the time of the exploit, what they did was they encouraged people to keep creating nodes, even though the developers knew that people weren't able to claim. So what they'll do is they will just create these massive, massive discounts. All right. So usually it costs 10 ring tokens to create one node. At that time, it costs about $300 for one token, so 3K for one node. And what they did was, let me just go up real quick. They were giving out rewards like, let me show you real quick. Okay, so wow, the 1,000 new ring tokens nodes will 5 ring tokens will reach so fast. To keep the momentum going, the next 3,000 ring nodes will only cost 7 ring tokens instead of 10. So what happened was they were giving out these massive discounts where people were, instead of paying for 10, now people can pay for a node using 5 ring tokens, and people were just like buying it. So there was good buying pressure, which, you know, allowed the price to recover somewhat. But then people weren't able to claim the reward still. So they just came on Twitter, you know, with a blind eye, and look at this. It's crazy, man. Like, they've done what happened in 20 days anyway, so people were predicting this, right? So there was so many negative reviews here. And now what's happening is this. I've been seeing a cycle with Ring Financial. What they'll do is their plan to inject new liquidity was to give these massive sales so people go in and purchase. That's the only plan to increase the price. A lot of people will purchase these Ring tokens, but because there's so many Ring nodes created earlier, the setting pressure is too crazy. And the developers aren't here to really answer questions. They're just blocking everyone in Discord who raises a concern. And they're not really vocal on Twitter, right? They only tweet, but they don't reply to anyone. They're not really engaged with the community. And the AMAs that they're doing, I wouldn't say they're quality AMAs, all right? Now, over here you can see another red flag as well. You can see that this was December 19th. So from the period of December 6th to 19th, there was an exploit. They were kind of just like, you know, I feel like they were pumping and dumping this, and they were promising the same reward to everyone. However, once you create a node, they actually decrease the APR. So they were promising, half a ring token per gold node, which means that if you spent 10 ring tokens to create one node, it will give you 0.5 ring tokens per day. So you can ROI in 20 days. But that wasn't the case. From the period of the 6th of December to the 19th, you can see over here that they were progressively increasing it to get to 0.5. So they advertised you will get 0.5 ring tokens per day, but we were getting 0.3 tokens per day. So you can see over here, it took them about over 2 weeks, right? Reward rates progressively going back to 100% today at 3 p.m., 10% more for 80% rate. So we're getting paid 50%, 60%, then 70%, then 80%, then 90%, 100%. Right? This is all happening in a 2-week span, by the way. And so now we are at the 27th of December. What's happening now? All right. They have raised millions of dollars in their treasury. Okay. And what they're doing is this: the developers are keeping this money and they're only injecting a small percentage into other DAOs or rebase tokens and other nodes right here. All right. So out of the millions of dollars that they're doing, they're injecting like 100,000 to these other rebase tokens to hopefully sustain our ring tokens rewards. All right, so I think that that's a really poor play from the developers' part, pausing rewards, hack, keeping the money, and then only giving a small portion back to the community. And let's look at the state of Ring right now. You can see that in the past couple weeks, from like December, let's say the start of December, it was booming $500. And this was the pumps and dumps that I was talking about. This was caused from the exploit here. In 2 days, it went from 470 to about $90. All right. And what they did was they created these discounted nodes. People bought up. And then guess what they did? They did it again. Then guess what? People are falling for it again. And I fell for it too. All right. Which is what really sucks. So right now you can see the price of each ring token is $32. Even though it's heavily discounted, I do not recommend you go into this project. Just because there's too many red flags. They are applying for a CertiK audit, but I don't think it's legit at all. I've seen a lot of projects out there that promise that they will deliver or apply for a CertiK application, but CertiK has so many applications or projects to go through. It may take them 3, 6 months, 9 months to even help Ring Financial, and by then, I think that this project will be dead by then. So, yeah, like I said, so how much money did I actually make? So I believe I've made it on the 2nd of December. So it's been 25 days now. Over here it says I created this on the 12th, but it didn't. These names that the developers actually named these nodes for me. They gave me some really interesting names. So they changed my node name and they changed the creation date. But I've been in this project now for about 25 days. And from this, all right, I paid $5,800 for 2 nodes. I've been able to get back $1,931. So I'm in a red about $4,000. At this rate, if the price of Ring stays the same at $32, I will break even in about 130 days, but I don't think I will. So yeah, guys, that's it for my video today. Please consider looking at all the red flags, because if you're getting in today, right, there will be 110,000 people before you that are claiming rewards and selling them off every single day. Think about that. The price you're getting in right now may seem cheap, but think about how much selling pressure there will be for the next 20 days or 30 days. I predict that Ring token or Ring Financial will probably collapse in the next 2-3 weeks, but fingers crossed. If you guys got into this project, let me know in the comment section below. If you are a believer, maybe you can prove me wrong. But for me, guys, this is a red flag. I do not recommend this project. Best of luck with everyone here investing. And happy holiday season, my friends. Peace out.